It was healthy.
It was healthy. And the greatest revolution in understanding in quantum mechanics resulted from those arguments. So don't think that in the media, because scientists disagree that water has consciousness, for one, that it's true and it means anything unless they've personally engaged. And secondly, these guys love to argue because it makes them more creative. So the problem with the media is when they interpret, like somebody just got their PhD and says, oh, this is all nonsense. How could water have memory? Well, I mean, there are thousands and thousands of people with PhDs in very specific areas of research, and so Martin Chaplin argues, I mean, you have to get in this particular area to see the evidence before you make a statement that is antithetical to the evidence. So,
well, let's go to Memphis, Tennessee. Hello there. You're on the air.
Yes.
Go
this
ahead,
is
sir.
John in Memphis.
Uh-huh.
Okay. What I thought about was Bruce Lee himself was talking about water becoming water as far as a fighting form.
Mm-hmm.
And you think about his energy and the speed that he had, that was no man has matched that. That is something else. And I wondered, did he have something then?
Well, I'm a huge Bruce Lee fan.
I am too.
And I'm deeply mystified by the man and also his son, Brandon Lee. And I remember him talking about that, to become like water. And if you read the words of the Taoist masters, you see the same philosophy. There is really something to it. I think it has to do with learning how to synchronize your mind and your consciousness like Bruce Lee was able to do, and slow it down and put it into the space of water. And I think he studied water. I think he sat there and he watched it, moving over the rocks and streams and how it moved, and he learned how to move like water. Just like Leonardo da Vinci knew the secret of restructuring water, over 1,500 years ago. So
truly remarkable, David. Absolutely.
It is. It's so simple. We started talking about water, but water is like, it's becoming like a world in itself. I mean, it's so phenomenally sensitive, and it's so exciting to see that. I mean, I'm excited to see that this kind of research is going on in major American universities like Rustum Roy at Penn State and Pearl LaPerla and
that's good.
And Gary Schwartz at Tucson. I mean, Harvard Yale professor. There's so many incredible researchers in this film, Water: The Great Mystery, that it's really quite overwhelming. And yet, I feel like more attention needs to be focused in these very positive areas of research that we're doing so that we can benefit more from it.
Let's go west of the Rockies. Pat, you're up with us. Hey, Pat.
Hi. I just wanted to call and let you know I have a friend that uses that living water.
Yeah.
And I loaned her my Royal Rife electronic resonance machine because it had settings for MS.
Okay.
And she was legally blind, and it not only helped her eyesight, but it cured her MS, and she hasn't had any incidents for 2 years.
That's remarkable. You think it was the machine or the water?
I think the combination.
Maybe.
It helps me. My machine helps me with my arthritis. But that combination of the water and the machine, within 6 weeks, she was cured.
Wow.
That is amazing, David. David, how important is positive thinking, belief system, that this is working?
Let's see, my brother and I talk about
placebo
this
effect.
If you have a positive thought on a sea of doubt floating underneath you, this deep reservoir of negative experience and doubt, and you say, okay, I'm going to say positive, I'm going to say the word love, and you're jumping and you're really struggling to say positive, and love, and all of a sudden, as soon as you let go, you just sink back into the sea of your doubt. There's no easy, superficial way to have a true positive thought. Thought is very profound. It's pivotal. It is so important to the transformation of consciousness and healing. I attended this one particular Buddhist meditation retreat for sitting, 12 hours a day, and I went into this state of such supreme positivity and ecstasy and bliss. It was really amazing. In this state, I decided I want to have a negative thought, and see if I can make this bliss
See
go
what
away,
happens.
because I was really high.
Yeah.
And as soon as I had a negative thought, the bliss enveloped it, and the negative thought became comical because it was so weak. So what I'm saying is when you reach a true state of positivity, a negative thought has no power because it becomes overwhelmed by the light. But when you're living in a state of disharmonic and dark energy and you're trying to have a positive thought, well, there's two things you can do. You can repeat the positive thought like a mantra over and over and over again until your whole being resonates with it. Or you can say it superficially 10 times and walk away, and it probably won't be very powerful.
David, thank you, my friend. We are out of time. David's websites are linked up at coasttocoastam.com. The DVD we're talking about is called Water, the Great Mystery. So let's wrap this up. For Jason Bowers, Wayne Roberts, Lisa Lyon, Lex Lonehood, Sean Ladesseur, Ross Mitchell, Ian Punnett, Tom Danheiser, Art Bell, the whole crew. I'm George Norrie, somewhere out there on Coast to Coast AM. We'll see you on our next edition. Until then, be safe, everyone.